secure the first grub of their own. Blabber's still hanging out nearby, thinking about that last grub, but of course, he won't get there in time. So a 2-1 grub lead for the side of Disguised, but now Blabber goes in with the first cast of the Cyclone onto Rahel. The Varus disengaging. Loki now with a big shuffle onto 3. Disguised in danger. First blood goes over to Loki, and now even more pours in. Disguised is completely crushed in the fight, and C9 get a 3 for nothing. Now back in the bottom lane. Disguised at least hit.
Obviously, that is kind of a bit of a nod towards that, as maybe a dive.
Well, yeah, Thanatos scrapping with Castle here, but Castle's ready to turn it around. The public execution trying to buffer away from some of the CC won't matter. Castle just solo kills Thanatos.
That's former KT Challengers Castle locking in.
And now back in the mid lane, Loki's gonna get beat down here too. That's both solo laners on Cloud9 dead. Now Huhi's got to try to escape down here, flashes out of the danger with 100 HP remaining. Rahel with a defensive chain of corruption, but immediately Vulcan, Sven, and Blabber all ready to follow, so they may miss.
Castle was a little bit low, but now Thanatos TPing back. He has no flash.
He doesn't have any way out. If XU gets the kill on this, if Thanatos just teleported back in only to die, this is tragic.
And so it is up to XU to be making these plays, and thus far he's done a really good job of recognizing where he can be with his lanes to punish those C9 flashes.
Okay, here comes another dive. Q3 into the Fate Seal. Dark Wings makes it easy, and there's 2 more dead bodies in Cloud9.
Hey, man, it is kind of crazy. Need I remind you, records in the last 7.
Come on.
As we see with Blabber.
Does everything you've done up to that point.
Okay, Vulcan knocked up at a Q3 from Dark Wings there as he snaps back to his origin point. Dragon down to about half HP as Disguised are looking to take this objective. Whoever this goes to also claims the feats of warfare. Thanatos and Castle arrive through TP, but now Thanatos is trapped inside the pit. They got to be careful about his positioning here as they go forward with the equalizer. Dark Wings wanted the Fate Seal, but he's not going to find a whole lot here just yet. Thanatos jumping in for the public execution, but he will not get it. Castle overheating. The Flame Spitter pushing Cloud9 back. Disguised have claimed the feats, claimed the Drake, and they are continuing to move forward. XU flashing back away from Blabber, who wants to go over the wall for a second Cyclone, but he just dies. Blabber overplays his hand, and now...
Again, just 1.5k, but they have grabbed a couple dragons.
Okay, Huhi caught out there by the Tempered Fate. Public execution for the follow-up, and Huhi is out of there. Now Blabber continuing, putting extra pressure onto XU, who are...
Bessa was on the bottom side. They saw Thanatos down on the bottom side with no TP, so that's what's prompting this.
All right, Disguise looking to force the Otacon here. 20 minutes into the game. They've got it down to about half HP, but C9's already got 4 men here ready to respond. XU has to try to get away down to 10% HP as Dark Wings dives into the back line, puts a little pressure onto Vulcan, but now he's going to be killed immediately. C9 have already found 2. XU and Rahel try to get away as Castle has no way home. Disguised make a critical blunder at the Otacon.
Because Mbessa was not there, she was actually able to walk up and participate in the back half of that fight as well. Really, really nice shuffle coming out.
And now they're going to get another one too as Thanatos walked into the lead is not even as small, or the lead is not what it appears to be. It's even larger. 31 flowers as Huhi tries to flash away here. Gets the safety of Dark Wings and XU. C9 continuing to try to fight here as Dark Wings has to snap back, but he's going to be the one to die. Now with a Tempered Fate onto Huhi, they want to find even more. Sven trapped inside the pit. He's going to be cooked up by Castle as Thanatos jumps in for the public execution, and he wants to get one back. Castle's going to drop first. Now XU trapped in here as Loki and Vulcan are ready to go over the wall and hunt him down. Disguised is going to lose 4 men yet again.
In NA history. Obviously, you know, this would be ranking up there if they were to win a series against Cloud9. But we've had some big ones over the years.
Okay, Thanatos wanting to jump in on Castle here, who has to flash away after his stasis just to guarantee that he survives. For the rest of Cloud9 now continuing to try to disengage. XU not going to hit a target there with a Glacial Prison, and Blabber jumps in for the Cyclone onto 3. Got to be a little bit careful here, but he still has the Guardian Angel. Loki with another massive shuffle. This man knows his Azir, and he finds the angle yet again. DSG on the approach, but this Baron's going to be gone by the time they can even move forward. Tempered Fate there onto XU, sets him up to be a potential target as Blabber moves forward. Loses about half his health bar here as Thanatos wants to wrap around from the side here with a public execution. Blabber still spinning around with a Cyclone. He's got the Guardian Angel, and he doesn't even need it. A double kill for Thanatos as the third one comes through there for Sven. Castle and Rahel in full retreat as C9 now have the Baron on all 5 players. Vulcan with a nice magical journey to slow down Rahel and Castle both, and the rest of the team is ready to follow up. Guys had a good early game, but they gave Cloud9 an inch, and they impacting the state of the game, aren't impacting the lead. Then that means those objectives are worth even more. Huhi, nice use of the dredge line there, and now Sven has already used the ult. He's got to try to get away. XU wanted to ult him, but the failure of the positioning means he's stuck underneath the turret. XU, they might be able to scare Darkwings into maybe panic flashing. Rahel in a bad spot though, and Sven just bounces those.
Punishing him.
Okay, Blabber's made his way in. Now Castle's in a pretty rough spot. He fires off some needlework. Thanatos knows he's the only one that Castle could possibly try to threaten with that, so he just makes sure that he sidesteps away from it. Third kill of the game for C9. That's Feat of Warfare. That's 2 out of 3 feats. That's the empowered boots as well.
And I think Blabber up.
And now, though, a little bit of a problem. Nice punish there from Disguised. Vulcan walk. Okay, XU starting up the Herald here, but he's got to be a little bit careful. Huhi and Rahel coming up to try to assist, but Sven zoning Rahel away as now Blabber has to be concerned about his own mid laner. Loki flashing back over the wall, down to about 1/3 HP. Darkwing's trying to escape now with an aggressive Xayah ulti, denies that escape route.
In spring, and they didn't even qualify for Worlds in summer.
Once again, Thanatos is the target. In flies Rahel with a killer instinct, and that will be enough to get it done. Here with the Herald ready to charge into the tier 2 turret. Blabber and Vulcan stepping forward. Darkwings and Huhi wanted to try to punish Loki for driving the thing in there, but now it's Castle who's going to be in some serious danger. Remember that the Gwen does not have his ulti for the extra healing, so that means that he's going to fall now too, and C9 forces down the tier 2.
Again,
To be, playing each other in the upper bracket was not the case.
C9 looking to make their next move now as Castle and XU have to try to escape. Blabber's Pillar going to start things off here for the C9 attempt as Thanatos is wrapping around with the dominance. The revenge of Renekton. He's been focused all game long, and now he's going to get focused again. The damage is not enough to finish him off, though, and it's one kill going the way of C9 as Darkwings wants to arrive, but the damage from the Cloud9 carries is way too much. Rahel will at least...
It really is just every time they're trying to make a play, C9 has gotten something better on the other side.
And now we're going to start up the fight immediately as the dragon spawns. Huhi's the one who has to absorb the initial potential engage there from C9. Castle is behind the Cloud9 lines as Thanatos is just going to walk through, find him there with a slice and dice to try to get back away. Darkwings trying to lock up Thanatos, but he won't find him. C9 splitting somewhat. Blabber keeping aggro there on the dragon as Thanatos escapes while the rest of the team wants to cover. Huhi makes the engage. Sven getting away. Darkwings wants his heroic entrance while both junglers are battling over the dragon. Back in the pit, Thanatos down to 50 HP, but Castle's going to be killed first instead. Huhi's still barely hanging on. One more auto attack from Loki's going to seal the deal on him as he goes golden for just a moment, and Sven cleans up everybody else. At least XU was able to steal away the Drake Soul, but the problem is it's going to cost him the whole damn team. Loki chasing after Darkwing, the last man standing falls.
Where they just barely cannot finish the people off, and that is what League of Legends looks like when you get behind. There's just all these kind of what-if moments, unfortunately.
Ooh, nice block there with the pillar coming out from Blabber, but now he's the one in danger as Disguised get a punish kill there and take out the Cloud9 jungler right as Baron spawns. Problem is,
like, this is the best chance you're getting. Go for it.
All right, they do have the Fed Kaisa as well. Rahel with 4 kills and 3 fully completed items. Thanatos using the Hex Gate to make his way in here, wrapping around on the flank. Disguised have the Baron down to 6,000 HP as C9 decide now is their moment to try to move in. The Baron's down to 1,000 HP. The objective bounty claimed. Disguised get the Baron, but now they got to try to get as many men out as they can. Blabber has finally respawned, making his way back forward, walks into the brush, finds XU. Rahel is already down. Make it 3 dead on the Disguised side, and it's about to be 4. Castle knows there's no way out from here. Darkwings will be the only one who escapes with the Baron buff intact as Sven.
From Loki, I thought that was really smart. Up as X.
We're already back into it. Loki under a little bit of pressure here from the heroic entrance. Meanwhile, Blabber's about to die once more. He'll be the first one to fall as Disguised are still scrambling in this fight. Vulcan goes in for the Pop Blossom, finds Huhi, and another lockup onto Castle, who drops next. Both solo laners already dead on the side of Disguised, and it looks like this one's the end of it. The ace, the quadra kill for Sven.
Oof.
That is the mark that they're going to be shooting for.
Well, XU and Huhi trying to go for an early invade here, putting the pressure onto Blabber. Has to flash away, but now the collapse is coming in from Loki and Vulcan. Nice pull back onto XU, who's got to try to escape back over this wall, and he does get that distance. First blood over to Darkwings on the Anivia. Disguised invade ends up paying dividends, but they still will lose one of their own men. Down here in bottom lane, allow Smolder to keep trading and farming stacks as Blabber's about to die here. Castle claims him. Thanatos goes in for XU, wants to make that an even trade, but the feat of warfare has already been secured by Disguised as Loki's Rise just gets destroyed here, and Thanatos is trapped inside of the Rift Herald pit. He tries to get away with the Umbral Dash over the wall, but Castle's ready to follow, and C9 is having a bad time in the early game.
Shutting every wave forever and just walling you off, and you can never actually get it in siege.
Somebody get Froggen on the phone. The expert, Sven, avoiding the damage from Castle here as now he and Vulcan are firing back into this Fed. Scion, there's the pull, brings him back in as Blabber arrives. Sven does take a little bit more damage there from the decimating smash, and Blabber ends up using the ulti to kill Castle, reposition XU a little bit, but they don't have enough damage left to actually threaten XU2. Sven, very low on health, completely out.
You start AoE stacking a lot faster and you have more CDR.
Okay, Vulcan taking the Rise ulti, the Realm Warp there to get on top of Darkwings with this Anivia, and there's the egg getting procced. Now they have to make sure that they can kill him the second time, but the egg is very tough. Darkwings buys enough time to stay alive for now. He's still trying to get away, but the Rune Prison comes back off after that E. Because you can occupy so much space with it. Right now, that's not the case, but there's the wall summoned up. Nice combination with the Poppy. Point blank ulti, but it's not enough to kill Loki just yet. And finally, Darkwings gets the last hit with a Frostbite. Blabber's got to try to get away now. He has plenty of health. He should be fine. Here in the mid lane, we do have the Herald spawned now in the top side of the river. There's a very nice pull on the Darkwings, followed up by Blabber. Beautiful. Disguised are in some serious trouble as he's going to be killed off first. Thanatos jumps into the fight and Darkwings is still staying alive. Castle defending beautifully though. The decimating smashes there and Disguised are turning it right back around. The double kill over to Castle Scion. The
Lackadaisical in how they were responding this. Now they are up here.
Ooh, nice use of the Keeper's Verdict there to turn this into a fair fight for Disguised. 3 versus 3 and Rahel is free firing again with a nice true shot barrage here onto Thanatos, and they take him down with XU's pop. After their soul point Drake, C9 do want to contest this one. Sven at 206 stacks on the Smolder, so not at that 225 breakpoint. Nice true shot barrage there onto the enemy AD carry as Castle's making a lot of space. Huhi goes in for the Magnet Storm, but it's a swing and a miss as C9 disengages. Vulcan with a nice pull there onto Huhi, but that's not going to get much done. Vulcan's the first to drop as Disguise takes some damage, but they're all 5 still standing. C9 wants to move forward yet again. Disguise with the Dragon down to about 3,000 HP. Blabber thinking about the possibility of a steal here, but he thinks better of it. Passive up and ready to go as C9 now occupy the bottom side of this river as the Dragon is started up. It's dropping rather quickly. Sven with the poke on this Smolder. He has his Infinity Edge rapid fire cannon, but now Disguise is full sending it going in. Loki's already dead at the very start of the fight. Blabber gets a 3-man ulti though, but nobody on Disguised is dead. XU staying alive for now, but he is finally taken down by Thanatos. 4v4 with the Dragon down to 1500 HP. Castle here on the front line, but the Dragon is secured by Blabber and C9. A nice pull from Vulcan brings back Castle, and Sven executes him. Now Huhi, Rahel, and Darkwings are looking for a little bit more with Castle's dead body, but Darkwings misses the Flash Frost. Now Sven is on the hunt. He finds another nice bounce with the burn, but Vulcan misses the rocket grab onto Huhi. Disguised, still trying to disengage.
Flash nothing.
C9 now 6,000 HP left on the Baron. Disguise going forward, Keeper's Verdict there onto Blabber.
It's their Baron.
Castle making space. Disguise just walk in and take the Baron. C9 without proper preparation for the objective find themselves in a bad spot. Nice 2-man pull coming out from Blabber though, and Rahel is already dead. He's gonna join him. The Baron might have got stolen away, but Thanatos wants revenge, and Disguised are not gonna be stopping him. That egg's getting scrambled. Loki with the shutdown, and C9 are on the push.
It is so much every time you get splashed. Wow, that was close.
Yeah, Vulcan goes for the pull, but he doesn't find anybody here just yet. Disguise continuing to push forward now with another Keeper's Verdict onto Blabber. Double flash over the wall from C9 to avoid Castle as Thanatos now wants to stay away from Rahel. Castle takes a ton of damage. So massive engage coming out from Huhi. The Magnet Storm onto everybody, and Vulcan and Sven are already down. Loki taken very low now too. Disguise may have just found their moment off the back of Huhi's Rel, clutching up when they need him most.
Huhi just saved the game for Disguised. That's going to give them control.
Flap, flap, flap. Damage dealt to the champions in the last team fight. Rahel racking up the DPS as now Blabber caught here at the very front of the fight. Nice engage coming out from Castle, but they need a little bit more damage to finish the job. Thanatos here in the front line now too, but Loki gets a very nice kill in return onto Huhi to make it. Got to. Now they're thinking about it. True Shot Barrage only hits Vulcan. Loki caught by the decimating smash there, takes some quick damage at the very start. Has to go golden to try to survive, and Dark Wings is forced into the egg form. Both mid laners under pressure. Both mid laners down. Thanatos, Sven, and Vulcan now, they have to try to scramble and protect Sven. The Smolder is the hope for Cloud9 and Disguised are forcing their way forward. Thanatos about to fall. Castle goes on a killing spree. Vulcan gets a pull, but he only kills himself. Now Sven, with where we're standing, Disguised certainly, I would think, have the advantage with the Soul plus slight gold lead, but now Vulcan finds a pull only onto XU. Thanatos could be in some danger here with Huhi and Dark Wings putting a ton of damage into the Aatrox. Thanatos has been caught out. He's got Guardian Angel, so he's going to come back to life, but nobody on C9 is nearby to try to save him. Thanatos gets killed here at the very start. C9 trying to turn their attention over onto the Elder, maybe steal this away anyway, but Castle charging in. C9 carries are vulnerable, and now DSG is full sending it after Cloud9 in a 5v4. Rahel is dominating. Vulcan is already gone, and so is Sven. C9 just got wiped out, and Disguised take the fight.
DSG were close in game 1, couldn't close that one out, but in game 3, they are making sure of it.
As soon as the game looked out of their control, Huhi gets that clutch engage. They're able to take back the game in their favor. They're going to, against odds, take a game against C9.
Beautifully done from Disguised. Huhi's hero rel play sets up the comeback. Next, you are going to have to be a little cautious about this. Remember that in the previous game, they invaded the jungle early as a 3-man unit, and they're going to do it again here in game number 4, but Huhi's down to 200 HP. XU half dead here as well, but Rahel's coming in to help out the rest of the squad. C9 defending well as XU's in a lot of danger. He wants to go back in for the abscond abduct, but it's Rahel getting the first kill. Nicely done with the Lucian guns as now the counter engage coming out yet again. Huhi jumps back into the front line. He finally falls, but he takes Vulcan with him. Now XU again looking for that abscond abduct, but does not connect it. Dark Wings trying to find some more damage here onto Loki, but nicely piloted by Loki there on the way.
Prioritize grubs in a matchup like you have in top lane?
Yeah.
Oof.
Rahel, though, stuck inside the cage. Thanatos is just going to beat him down.
And Thanatos, you know, they have a potential 2v2, but again, this is York without an ult.
Okay, Castle jumps in, immediately goes for the counter-strike, and now the stolen Xin Zhao ulti from XU as he wants to work his way into the fray. Castle is low, but Thanatos is lower. XU taking a ton of burst back now as they jump back in for the kill onto Thanatos. XU gets away from Blabber, and it's a clean
Upside as we see bot lane fighting.
big fight as Sven's already in a lot of danger, and XU's going to make it lethal. Vulcan
To see if he's able to get that lockdown onto priority targets, what ultimates he's going to have to steal. Loki headed up here.
Yeah, this could be some serious danger for Castle. He sidesteps the Spiraling Despair. He gets another Leap Strike cooldown ready to go. But the Shovel Bear, if they want, and it looks like that is the call. Disguised is ready to fight for this, but the Maiden is out and ready to go. Huhi here with the Unbreakable, as now Thanatos has to try to get back the catch, potentially onto Blabber. They need a little bit more damage, and Castle finds it. Disguised, kill off the enemy jungler. Cloud9, their best
Team that eliminates you?
Yeah.
Whoa, Thanatos just about to get picked here. Tons of damage from Rahel, Huhi, and Dark Wings. Castle gonna do the same now. Vulcan keeping an eye on the Otacon. Huhi throws out the Glacial Fissure, but he gets no real results from it. Vulcan trying to come up here and make a little bit of distance. C9 ready to collapse here on the Otacon. It's down to 2,000 HP. Blabber goes in and he steals it away. DSG still trying to fight back as Thanatos falls. C9 are scrambling. They may have got the objective, but what about the fight? Castle, XU, still hunting down the ball. So not a crazy advantage there, but everything else is still going their way. Darkwing's in some serious danger, though, as Thanatos putting the pressure on him, but can't do enough to seal the deal before Huhi gets in there and provides the escape for his mid laner. They want to try to kill off Thanatos, and now that XU's arrived, I would think they shouldn't have too much difficulty with it. XU will just lead the charge himself. Darkwing stays at a safe.
Aaron set up to kind of force C9 into them.
And now Vulcan gonna get engaged on here by XU, who immediately pops his stolen Alistar ultimate.
Dead.
Vulcan down very low, and he's taken out before anything else can even happen. C9 scrambling to avoid further losses, but their base is already collapsing. Castle. Game 4, XU again stealing away the Alistar ultimate. Blabber's about to die. He's down to 20% HP, has to defensively all, otherwise Castle would have guaranteed killed him. Redemption summoned up to keep DSG healthy. The Nexus turrets are already gone. DSG is gonna get another kill on Vulcan before they're done. They want to make it perfect. Gonna have to be careful here. Sven gets a root onto Rahel, and now Vulcan goes in for the dive. Tons of damage back into Vulcan, though, with the turret. As C9 botched the dive, and they nearly lose 2. Loki's coming up to finish the job. Lightning Crash gets them both down to about 100 HP. The turret's not going to finish anybody off just yet, but XU sure will. Okay, they're fighting the grubs, so it's going to be an early first couple of grubs here for Disguised as XU turns his attention back over to the fight. C9 lock up a couple, but it's Disguised knocking them down. Only the one grub claimed so far, though, as Huhi and Darkwings are very low on HP, and Loki's about to get paid again. Kill credit goes over to Sven instead, as Rahel now making his way down to the fight. 2 grubs for the side of Disguised. That last one does...
He chased for a lot more.
Ooh, but now Sven's in some danger. He tries to flash away, but no.
Early game that is going in their favor.
Okay, Vulcan now gets caught out by the grand entrance. Rahel and Darkwings ready to provide some follow-up damage. Make it rain, it's bullet time. Vulcan drop.
We'll see where he wants to go from here.
Okay, Vulcan leading the charge, goes in for the Zenith Blade, follows it up with a Solar Flare, but where's the rest of the team? Where's the damage? C9 looking to send it after Huhi and Castle, but they don't have the follow-up. Rahel now stepping forward, Blabber gets charmed up, XU's there with a bullet time flying over the top, but again, they don't have enough damage to guarantee a kill. Stun up on Vulcan, Darkwings is gonna get taken down. Big mistake coming out of him, but now Castle's ready to follow it up here with a Mega Gnar. More damage goes in on Sven, and he drops. Castle needs one more hit on Vulcan, but he can't quite get it until he hits him with the rock. Loki's still fighting back, trying to save the day for C9. Rahel falls next. Double kill back over to the Zeri. DSG, it's a triple for Zeri. Make it a
For success, nothing else really much matters for Cloud9 right now.
Ooh, and there's the lightning crash. Loki is on the hunt, and Castle is on the run. He's still got his flash, and he has to use it just to try to survive, but he still might not do it as the thought. Drake at about half HP. Thanatos wrapping around on the side, and Castle still mini-gnar. Thanatos finds his way onto Rahel, and now C9 are trying to find the engage. Already a godlike spree for Loki, and Disguised are thoroughly crushed. Castle and XU still trying to get away. Thanatos isn't worried about it. Castle wants to try to get a hero play, and XU gets a shutdown. They finally get the Zeri, but they're going to lose the entire team as the cost. XU wants a little more damage on Sven, but he can't find. Still watching C9 work on this. They've got the Otacon down to 1/3 HP, and now DSG's going in, but already things have gone sour. Rahel is down, so is Huhi. DSG, they tried to go in, but they couldn't find their moment. Castle and XU are still alive. Blabber might be dead, but there's still so much left on the side of C9. XU stepping forward. He wants to take the Otacon away, but the Zenith Blade from Vulcan finds him instead. Now the full ace is going to come through again, and with everybody in DSG colors in this game, but there's the Scryer trinket. It's going to see what's going on over here as C9 make their approach. The Baron not low enough to try to finish this off. There's no Mega Gnar on Castle here as XU jumps in with a Cataclysm, tries to get right back out. Loki's already going to kill him, and the fight's over before it's even really begun. They lock up and beat down the entirety of DSG to the absolute limit, but they will halt this reverse sweep in progress. They will secure the Game 5 win, and they will stay alive in the lower bracket.